YouTube users, it's Dominique from DLM Journey, and I am doing a video on my Filofax personal setup. I am strictly using a Filofax to keep track of my health and fitness. So this is pretty much my fitness journal, and I've decided to use a Filofax because I believe that it's the best way to personalize how I would love to keep track of my health and my fitness. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me start off by saying that this Filofax is really beautiful. I love the texture of it. It's actually a much better texture than the A5 Calypso that I have. So I may have to replace my A5 with this kind. It's holding up pretty well. I've had it for about a month now, and I absolutely love it. I am outdoors, so please, if you hear other noises, like airplanes and stuff, please bear with me. It's beautiful outside right now. So if we open it up, as you can see, I made my own cover page here, and I also have like a bunch of cards. These nutritional goals that I wrote down are very specific, and I'm currently using my Fitness Pal. So it's an app that you can get from the App Store, and all you have to do is put in your weight and your height and the desired weight that you want to lose to, or your goal, and it'll just calculate it all for you. So I keep that in handy here. For the pens that I'm using for this Filofax, I'm using 3, and they're all Le Pens. I do want to let you guys know that if you guys decide to use the inserts for Filofax, they do tend to bleed out, in which I'll show later. But I love the Le Pen. So I have it in teal, in amethyst, and in black. So those are the 3 that I'm strictly using. And the rest of these cards are just cardstock that I have just in case, you know, just have them handy. So I kept the little plastic screen that it came with the Filofax, and then all my inserts I pretty much made through just pages, and I just cut them out, and they're very specialized. So if you guys want to use the inserts that I have, please feel free to comment below, and I'll have them available to you. More than likely I'll put them up on my blog website anyway. So so let's go ahead and get started. This is my cover page. This is the logo that I have, DLM Journey, for my blog site from Squarespace. I can go ahead and zoom in, and this is my physical profile page. This is basically my baseline. As of the 28th, I weigh 140, and these are my measurements. And these are my baseline photos that I'm using. And I also decided to put a chart and put my baseline weight, which is 140, and hopefully over time that it will just go down with a little bit of work. And my goals is to lose 30 pounds and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So that's the basic, and then that's when my section starts. So I decided for my Filofax that I wanted a green theme, and so everything, all my dividers are from just scrapbook paper, and I decided to use colors that have green or like tend to be all about nature. So and I just folded them over to make it thick, and there you go, subdivided. So this is my meal section. So when you first open it up, there's a little insert here that I made, and just a bunch of motivational quotes that I got from Pinterest, and just doodled a little bit and put my logo. And flip that over, and this is when my daily meals insert start. So yeah, as stated, you know, this is dailies, so I keep track of what I eat every day. So as of right now, you can keep track of your hydration status just by filling in or bubbling in the circles. You have your breakfast, you have your lunch, you have your dinner, and then you have your snacks. And then your activities and events for that day, you can write down in the box here, and then your goals for that day. So my goal was to stay hydrated and to eat 100%. And then you keep going, you know, just the days go by. That's what it looks like. Pretty neat. I love it. I've been able to keep up with it so far, so it's working for me. And then the blank this is what it will look like. Alright, and so we keep going in the same section. I also have a weekly insert. So this is all about my meals as well. So for the week of April 13 and April 19, I have pretty much a checklist. So I'm keeping track of the percentage of eating clean for that day, the calories that I consumed for that day, the caffeine type, and whether I met those daily goals. This list is very specialized to me. Normally, if I were to have this available for everyone, I wouldn't put caffeine type, but the reason I'm keeping track of my caffeine type is because I do have a caffeine problem. So I try to have like 1 cup a day. So, but this is just specialized to me, and this is what an empty one looks like. And then of course you also have your goals for the week and your end of the week thoughts. So depending on how you do this week will dictate your goals for the following week. So because I had such a high fat intake according to MyFitnessPal, my goal is to decrease my fat intake, make Sunday the only free day that I can eat whatever I want, and then to eat 100% 3 days out of the week. That sounds a little short-term girl, but 3 days out of the whole week is progress, because I do have a diet problem. And yeah, that's it for the meal section. And then you keep going to the exercise section, and then I have 2 different parts to this. So my first part is I have a monthly. So let's go to April. Okay, so as of right now, I can pretty much with the calendar, I can overlook what I'm doing. So I just started Insanity, and now I'm probably right here. I can keep track of my steps for the day, and I have the little key here. And then the blue stands for the Insanity. It's just an overhaul, just to keep track of what I'm doing and what I have planned. So and then an empty one looks like this. I haven't even put up the dates yet, and then I just wrote in the days. So we keep going. This is just to divide everything. I have a pop out for Insanity calendar. It's nice and handy. Like to keep it there. And then my weekly exercise inserts start. So for April 13 and 19, I was gonna, I wrote down my workouts, and this is according to the Insanity calendar. And then this is just my fit test results for Insanity, so I like to keep them there. And then I have my goals for the week that just passed, and my goal was to finish Insanity in order and to do a rest day activity, which I failed because I was doing a lot of paperwork. So yeah, so now my end of the week thoughts was to do a freaking rest day activity, so that the next week I will make sure that I do that. And this is according to Insanity as well. I haven't. Today's Tuesday, so I did Monday, and I still have to do Tuesday. And this is what an empty one looks like. And again, just keep going. If you guys are interested in these inserts, just feel free to comment. So let me know, and I'll have them available. So my third section starts, and this is my progress section. This is for me to keep track of how I am progressing. I made this insert in which I have specific dates where I'm going to weigh in and to see if I am losing weight. And this is a chart that I plan to use to keep track of how many pounds I have lost between the 2 weeks interval. And then I have a goals section, and then my thoughts about it. And then I decided to use the inserts that came with the Filofax as far as a daily diary. So as you can see, I used the lip pens, and they tend to bleed out a little bit. You can see that it does bleed out just a little bit. But so what I do is the teal stands for how I felt about an exercise, and the purple is how I felt about my diet for that day. And it's just nice to have, just so that you can write down your thoughts and your feelings throughout your journey and your fitness journey, and it just keeps going for the rest of the year. Okay, and then my fourth section is my research section. This is where I plan to write down things that I'm discovering about my body, and things that I decided to articles that I find interesting. I write down here. So you can see I don't have that much time for it, but it's there whenever I do need to write down anything. And here I decided to write or make a list of the foods that I found out irritate my GI. I only have 2. I don't get my GI doesn't really get irritated as much, but when I do, and it really sticks to me, and so I decided to keep track of it. Okay, and then my 4th section, oh, this is my 4th, I think this is, yeah, so this section is just my other. It's just for anything that pretty much websites or goals that I want to achieve for this year, and then articles that I need to read and stuff like that. So I have that available. And then my last section is my reference section. So this section is pretty much a reference section. So if you turn it, as you can see, I have like anatomy chart, a BMI chart, foods to specific foods, paleo foods, and then a salad jar, how to do a salad in a mason jar, and then I have like drinks for Starbucks that are low in calories. I also have, this one is very helpful for me, just so I can measure food servings with just looking at it and using my hand, measuring it by hand. So I love that. And then I also have my guide to paleo foods. Insert as a pop out, as well as like nuts and cans and jars and herbs and spices that are paleo as well. Then that's pretty much the end of it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a while, but it really does work for me. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything, just leave a comment below. I will definitely tend to them. And if you guys are interested in my inserts, just please visit www.dlmjourney.squarespace.com, and you should find them there. Okay, you guys have a great one. Bye.